Welcome to the Reddit Chronicles. Today we will be reading from relationship advice. Our first post is by Throwaway. I am 32, think I saw my baby's chart, and I can't be the father. Wife F30. We had a difficult birth. Everything is fine. Mother is recovering and baby is doing well. I went to talk to the nurse and a chart was up on the computer. I think they listed our baby as type B blood. There was a lot on the screen, a lot going on, and my head was swimming, so I'm not certain that's what it said, and I'm not even certain that was our kid's chart. We're both type A, we donate blood, so I'm 100% certain of our blood types. It didn't immediately register, but I checked and that shouldn't be possible, meaning I'm not the father if our baby has type B blood. I'm not sure what to do next. Should I ask my wife? She's still recovering, and I don't want to stress her unnecessarily. Can I ask hospital to see the chart? We're already home. Do I just get a home paternity test, cheek swab, and wait to get the results? Edit. I called the hospital this morning and they told me how to access the web portal and get lab results. Blood type is listed as B, but there is no Rh factor listed positive negative. So I was right in what I was seeing, but the info is incomplete or inaccurate. 2A parents can have an A or O type child. All the other theories are basically impossible, including hospital switching the baby. There are only two realistic possibilities, in order of what I think is most likely. 1. Labs are wrong, no positive or negative listed. 2. I'm not the father. I'm not going to talk to my wife about this because it doesn't lead anywhere good right now. Our next post is by I Like Peaches. My F23 boyfriend M27 gives me horrible gifts and I'm fed up. We've been together since 2019. Our first Christmas together, I got him an Alexa with the accessories to make his apartment a smart home. He moved into an apartment around his birthday, so I got him a microwave, toaster, silverware, etc. His most recent birthday, I got him an at-home golf set because he recently became obsessed with golf. It cost more than expected, but I was happy to give it to him. Our first Christmas together, he gave me a video game and the money he owed me. For my birthday, he got me another video game. Our first Christmas together, he gave me a video game and the money he owed me. For my birthday, he got me another video game. My birthday and Christmas is coming up same day. I bought him a signed Steelers football because that's his favorite NFL team. He just told me the gift he got me, and this might be dramatic, but I had to stop myself from crying. He went on a solo vacation earlier this year, and my birthday present is that he printed the pictures from his vacation and put it in a photo book. This is his gift to everyone, his mom, sister, brother, friends, and me. He mentioned it before, and I politely told him I did not want that gift. I actually told him I would hate it, and he laughed it off. I've been telling him since we started dating that I like jewelry, and would love that as a gift. He tells me he hates going into jewelry stores, and more recently a couple days ago said, "You already have so much jewelry, why would I buy you more?" At this point it feels disrespectful, and after finding out my gift today, I told him to just not get me anything. It literally feels like he doesn't care about me or my feelings. He calls me materialistic because I like to buy myself things, and I feel like if I tell him how I truly feel, he'll just call me materialistic some more. Or maybe I am materialistic, maybe this is a sweet and thoughtful gift, and I ruined it for him. Our next post is by Ancelinary. My sick mom, 72F, said something shockingly vile. My father, 65M, and I, 28F, are having trouble forgiving. Context. My mom has always had narcissistic and emotionally abusive qualities, but for the past couple years she has also been dealing with health issues, and my father and I are doing our best to help her manage day-to-day activities. She has enough agency to walk around and clean the house, but she struggles with becoming lightheaded at times along with her elevated blood pressure. We are all currently living together. I moved in last year to help her when my dad works during the day as well as to save money. We both know that she has unresolved mental issues as well, high anxiety, possibly bipolar, and know that she will never willingly receive treatment for anything mental health related due to her narcissism. Which brings me to the incident. Walls are thin, and though my dad is quiet about his sexual frustrations, my mom is a very loud and vocal woman. She will say things like, "I'm too old for sex," or "I'm too sick for sex," loud enough for me to hear. She has always thought it was funny when I would get grossed out by this talk. She often brings up sex issues randomly with my father to me because she has no friends and thinks because I'm an adult that it's okay to talk about these things with me. I instantly leave the room and never entertain this talk, but she laughs at my disgust. My dad and I both hate that she is so loud about sex talk with my dad, given that I live in the house. She does not care. Again, our disgust amuses her. Recently, something that she said stunned my dad and me, and we are having trouble forgiving her. She did apologize 2 days later but does not think she said anything extreme. My father and mother were in the kitchen, and I was in my bedroom with the door shut. I did not hear anything from the conversation on my dad's side. He is considerately quiet. But I heard my mom loudly scream, "Why don't you ask your daughter for a BJ instead of me?" I got sickened. My dad screamed, "What is wrong with you?" and instantly left the house. It took me a bit to actually process that she said that. I collected myself, and a few minutes later asked my mom if she could never say anything disgusting involving my dad and I again. She screamed at me, "It's just words, BJ. Who cares? I no longer want to help take care of her, and want to move out as soon as possible." I don't know, I am used to her saying terrible, awful things, but I am deeply hurt by this comment in particular. Like the fact that she would even utter something so gross and disturbing and not truly apologize or see anything wrong with it. My dad is old as well, and I feel so guilty about leaving him to deal with her emotional abuse. He is too selfless to leave her, but it gets worse every day, and he is severely depressed. I don't know how to get through to my mother. I wish there was a way to mute her screaming and vile commentary, to go to therapy, to change. I feel so much guilt. Our next post is by Throwaway. My 33F BFF 32F ditched me on a vacation we spent years planning after her boyfriend 30M proposed on the first night of our vacation. My BFF, let's call her Anne. She has a boyfriend, let's call Mark. Originally, we were supposed to take this trip in early 2020, but that kind of didn't happen due to COVID. We luckily managed to get a refund on the majority of things. This trip served two main purposes. Firstly, for a vacation we have both wanted to do since we were young. And secondly, she was going to go see a big chunk of her mom's side of the family she has not seen in over a decade. It was kind of split 50-50. Since this was supposed to be almost a 2-month trip, I personally have been saving for years now. One thing to note is that Anne is fluent in the primary language of where we are vacationing while I am not. I can talk to some city people enough to get by, but once I leave and the slang and dialects start popping in, I am lost. It was just supposed to be me and Anne. However, a last-minute addition was made with her, including her current boyfriend of 3 years with. This was more or less dropped on me pretty much 2 weeks before we left. I was really unhappy with this because, well, it messed up a lot of plans. But I begrudgingly accepted him after we reworked some stuff. However, I told Anne multiple times and her boyfriend that this trip is about us, not Anne and her boyfriend. The first night we were there, Mark dropped to one knee, pulled out the ring, and asked her to marry him. Since then, I feel like a third wheel who is no longer welcome on this trip. This has changed everything. The trip is now basically about Anne and her new fiancé. Multiple times we had a lot of plans, including some stuff that was paid for, and instead she ended up ditching me to go spend time with Mark. Tomorrow we are supposed to catch a train and travel for the next leg of our trip, and she wants me to go alone. Instead, she confronted me and that she needs at least a week to figure out feelings and organize her thoughts, so instead they booked without telling me some fancy couples thing. Instead, she wants me to go on a trip alone as a woman in a country I can barely speak the language. Even worse, I am basically going to have to show up to some extended part of her family alone and ask to stay there. She said it's fine, but it is really not comfortable at all. I tried to talk to her, and she got really upset and told me this vacation isn't just about me, and that hurt me a lot. Now pretty much I am going to be spending Christmas alone in a country where I don't speak the language. I got pretty emotional and asked her what the heck am I expected to do. She got really defensive and said it's just a week, and we are here until early February. She will meet up with me on New Year's Eve or the day after. My question is, how can I talk to her and make her understand that she cannot just ditch me without coming off like a massive jerk? Thank you for listening to the Reddit Chronicles. Follow for more content.